guys, back again with another video. Today's video is a part 2 of the video I just put out. So today's video will be spark plugs as well as an air filter and a fuel filter. Let's get to it. The method that I like to use normally is I don't just take out all the plugs and all the leads. The simple method I use is one by one. So basically I take out one plug lead, I'll take out one spark plug itself, I'll replace that spark plug, and then I'll go and put it back, and then go to the next one and do the exact same process. So I do not remove all, because the reason I do not do that is I'm not trying to mix the timing by mistake. Because if I mix the timing, that'll be a bigger issue. To remove the actual spark plug itself, as you can see there, you're gonna need something called a spark plug wrench. You also get the exact same size, which is either 16 or 21 in tube sockets as well. So either one can be used. But in this case, I've purchased a spark plug wrench for the specific video. So let's go. This to help out with space, I do advise removing your actual carburetor air box. With your airbox removed, now you're ready to remove your spark plug. So with your spark plug wrench in, you're going to turn anti-clockwise, but a nice saying that I like to go with is turn to your left because lefty loosey, and then to tighten, turn to your right because it's righty tighty. Now let's start talking about the actual spark plug you're going to use. So in case of a Golf, you're going to use the BP6ES spark plug, as you can see here. And another thing that I'll tell you that is, as you can see with the spark plug that I removed, you have to remove the end cap, the screw cap, which is this one that you see here, to be able to actually make contact with the lead. Another thing is that when people talk about spacing your spark plug, so now normally now they come pre-spaced for you, but before you would have to actually space it. The actual space sizes, which you'll use a feeler gauge to get, is 0.08 or 0.8 if I'm not mistaken. So in the case that you want to double check if it's spaced correctly, you can do that. But in most cases, you can just put the plugs directly from the box into the car and you should be all good. So you got your cover off and you're ready to put your spark plug in. This is what I like to do. So I don't like to go with a socket wrench or anything first. What I like to do is just to hand screw it in so I do not cross the threads. Then after that, you can tighten it up with your actual tool. Once you've got it hand tightened, you can now go with your actual tool and tighten it up. To know exactly how much to tighten your actual plug, you will actually have to do it off feel. So you'll actually feel the seal itself crunch itself. So once you go to the crunch point, just tighten a little bit more and you should be okay. Your spark plug is in, you take your lead and you can put your lead back as well. Just like that. Now I'm going to repeat the process to every single lead one by one, and I'll get back to you for the next part. So I changed all the plugs starting from this side going all to there, all one by one. The next step, what we're going to do now is, since we got that done, is go to our air filter. Because since we already got our filter off, main thing you're going to need to do your air filter change is the actual air filter. That's basically the only part that you need. And then I'll show you what you need to actually open the air box a little bit later on when I'm closing up. But for now, you're just going to need your air filter, which will go directly on just like that. and then you're ready to cover up. I'll show you that now. As you can see, I got my air filter in position, placed in, seated in. Now I'm ready to put the actual cover on. Now saying, to put your actual cover back on, you're gonna just fit these clips on the top, as well as the two on the side. You'll see one on this side as well as the other side. Mine is broken, I can't show you all that. And then it'll be a 10mm in the front. Just remember, as I said in my base plate video, do not over tighten this because it'll pull the entire carb forward. So remember that, do not over tighten here, and make sure it's seated properly. If you like, the next part of the video is the fuel filter, and the fuel filter is right under here, so I'm just gonna remove this quickly again and let's do the fuel filter. That all you're gonna do is you're gonna remove your 10mm, you're gonna unclip here, unclip there, and unclip on your sides, and you'll remove your air filter to get to your fuel filter. Sometimes you'll have your fuel filter a little bit more up here, that'll be your luck, but in my case I have to remove the airbox. Now that you are at your actual fuel filter, as you can see, there'll be two flat Jubilee clips which will use a flat screwdriver. Basically gonna remove those, not at once. First you'll remove this side, fit your actual fuel filter onto that side, and then you'll remove this side because this is the side that actually feeds the fuel in. So first remove that side, it's going to the engine, and then you'll come back and remove this side. If you want to not have this fuel leak everywhere, you can just plug it up with something. So in this case, I just use the screwdriver that I'm opening up with to plug it up. Step, you can just get your actual fuel filter. I actually like these fuel filters more than these ones here, which I previously bought, but doesn't really matter which one you actually buy. But one thing I should mention, that the direction. So each filter has a direction, as you can see that arrow right there. So you always follow the direction. If you don't know it and you want to find out quickly, just look at the filter that's on there. As you can see, that gives you the direction. If somehow you do not find a filter there, or it's just plugged in direct and you want to add a filter, just know that this line here feeds into the filter, so it's going in that direction. It'll go in that direction to the actual carburetor, or well, to the fuel holder and the mechanical fuel pump itself, because this line goes to the mechanical fuel pump. Got your fuel filter screwed into the other side. It's time for this Jubilee clip here. So what I advise you do is just to turn it vertically up and then to unscrew it here so that you do not drop any fuel. It's out, the Jubilee clip is loose and it's out. We're just gonna remove the actual old fuel filter and connect the line to the new fuel filter. This is a two-hand job, so I won't be able to show you it, but I'll show you the result. Fuel filter in, make sure all the Jubilee clips are tight, make sure everything is fully in as well, and then we're ready to put everything back together and test it. Everything back together, we're not going to go start it directly now. First, let's check if all our plugs are pushed completely in. Which mine are. Just double check them to the actual distributor. Make sure that's also in. Then check from the distributor to the coil. Just in case anything got loose. The thing I want to mention is that don't get worried if the car does not start on the first couple swings, because this will be due to the fuel actually getting through the fuel filter and to the actual carburetor itself. Your car is idling, you're just going to check for any leaks. Come to your fuel filter, touch it, feel around the hoses. If there's any leaks, try. Just going to check if everything is firing, all firing, and then you are all done. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.